Alright guys, Brian here from Lenscaping Maine, and I'm doing my follow-up video that I said I was going to do with both Lectric XP 3.0s. And was there going to be any differences, or were they going to be consistent? Like I said, consistent is very, very important to me. There was one difference when they came, and that is that Brent's bike here, his seat post had notches in it. So he could remember where he was at, where my seat post has none. But Lectric has been great, and they're sending me another seat post so I can remember where I had the height. So customer service has been great that way. My fender issue that I mentioned. So if you remember me saying my fender moves and rubs and stuff really, really easily, you know, it wiggles very easily. And then every time I come back from a ride, my light is always laid over, way over on the side. Now I've checked, and as you can see, that moves the fender too. I've checked, and this bolt will not stay tight down in here. This bolt right here will not stay tight. So they're sending me new hardware to see if that fixes it. We just got back from a ride, so excuse it. I actually wipe these down every single time that I go for a ride. I take a good half hour with a slightly damp cloth and a dry rag, and I'll be bringing them in the house and wiping them all down. So yes, I brought notes because of having some problems with my Lectric XP 3.0, and a lot of things I can overlook. That's not, a big deal, but some things are quite concerning to me. Like I said, they're taking care of the hardware for the fender and the seat post. They're replacing that. That's very nice of them. I really appreciate that. Like I said, I'm disabled, so money's scarce, to say the least. I've been enjoying it. Every once in a while, and I've checked, nothing's rubbing or anything. Maybe it is the fender touching somewhere, but I'm not sure. But sometimes I'll go to turn right on my bike, and there'll be resistance, and it doesn't want to go, and then it like pushes past something. So when the light is up, my water bottle, everything's here, wires, nothing's getting caught up. So I'm not sure what's really causing that. Had that resistance again when I turned in.
Huh?
Had that resistance again when I turned in.
Your resistance when you turned in?
Right, yeah. It was still there, and it just came out of it. I think it's might be that fender catching on something.
It's rubbing in it. Yeah.
I can turn it. It's just there's resistance. It tries to fight me, and then all of a sudden it'll like almost like a snap, but it's not. It will let go, and then it moves freely again after that for a good period of time. It doesn't happen all the time. So what I'm going to do is I tried to record some sound today. The last few times I've taken my bike out, and it's sat at night, charging, ready to go the next day. And I get out here to the road, and it's probably a 2-degree grade. But when I start going up the road, you're going to hear this noise. It's almost like a clicking, popcorn clicking noise is coming from the rear of the bike. And by the time I finish getting up this part, then there's another hill, and it does it in that. And then I coast for, a good half a mile after that, down another hill. By the time I get down there, the noise is all gone, and it seems to stay gone. Until today. Something weird happened today. I was coming back from town with Brent. He was having no problems with his. Mine and I will post videos to the sounds and that I'm talking about. But my motor, and I'm sure it's the motor, was making a really not a good sound as we were out for a ride, and I was in pedal assist, not throttle. But when I applied the brakes and cut the motor, the sound stopped. When I engaged the motor again by pedal assist, it kicked back in again. You got your brake on? Is that just the flash you have on? I guess that's his flash. Car coming. So I'm pretty sure it's got something to do with my motor. And again, I take really good care of these bikes. Like I said, we just came back today from a ride. I will spend a good hour going over all of them, wiping everything down, making sure everything's lubed up and clean and there's no sand and dirt inside it. I can't say what customer service is going to do about this because they don't know about this yet. I'm shooting this video now. I'll post it and I'll send them a copy of it. So that's a problem for me for sure, because it's the motor, you know. That's the main reason to get an e-bike is the motor. So that's a problem. I didn't anticipate that happening at 138 miles. And something else I find, you know, a little sad is, well, at 138 miles, I got my tires are starting to show wear on the rear tire already, especially. But you know, it's where most of your weight is. But you know, I was hoping to get at least 500 miles out of it, but now I'm not sure I'm going to get 500 miles out of the bike, to be honest. Where Brent seems to be working very, very well. I don't want to nitpick the bikes. $1,000 is a lot of money for me, and I've really had to struggle so I could have this bike to get me out with my disabilities, so I could still exercise and do something. And Lectric has such a good rapport with people that I thought, you know, it's budget friendly, and I've heard their customer service is fantastic. I've dealt with them a little bit and they've been really good about that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post this video, and I'll also put in the motor sound changes. The reason you can't see me is my motor is making some noises. And I've noticed it's quite a bit louder now. It's got 138 miles on it. But I'm going to stick my microphone on here so you can hear what my motor sounds like. And then we'll do Frank's. So as you can see, the microphone is right near the motor. So, let me show the keys on here. There it is. Power it up. Now, this is my motor sound. So that's my motor and what it sounds like. I don't want to point you guys into the sun. I am going to attach to the same as mine. Of course, it's on the other side. And we're going to do the same thing. Fire his up. He's got 22 miles on his bike, and this is his motor. Much quieter. Much quieter. And the noise that I hear when I first take off for the first 5 minutes, and then what my motor sounded like on the ride today. So anyways, hopefully Lectric will be able to tell me what's wrong and make things right for me. Because again, I'm disabled. This bike costs more than what I make a month. So it took me a long time to find a way to get a bike. And I'm a little, I am disappointed at this point. Because if it's the motor, that's the main reason I got the bike. And at 138 miles, I don't think it should be making any weird noises or be getting louder and louder and louder, where Brent's motor sounds like mine used to sound. So hopefully Lectric, you can reach out to me and help me with this. And I will make sure that the video clips with the sounds are in this video. So please check it out. Other than that, the bikes are great. I don't know what to say about what's wrong with mine, but the bikes are great. And customer service, like I said, has been fantastic. So, all right, guys, I'm going to leave it there for now and go clean up the bikes. That's what I do when I get home. It's quite relaxing, actually. All right, catch you guys soon. Thanks for tuning in. Peace out.